You know, they made every shot. Big Marvin's knocking down threes. Tuttle was unstoppable today. We didn't. So, had a great atmosphere, well-coached team, experienced team, all the things that you would not want to run into when you play the way we did today.
Coach, UNI's depth seems pretty dangerous. Is there any way to stunt that when balls are all downhill like they did for you guys? Any way to stop that?
It's a luxury. It's a luxury to have, and they certainly have it.
You obviously needed Darius Carter to play big today. He didn't. What's any idea why? Is it the back?
No, I mean, you got to get Tuttle had something to do with it. I'm certain.
Fred, you and I's guards. You've played a lot. You've seen a lot. How good was that combination with Washman, and Mitchell? You've seen a lot. I mean, they played pretty well today. How do you kind of categorize them?
I mean, obviously we saw how good they were, good enough to beat us. So, I mean, those guys have been good all the other times we played them too. But, I mean, tonight they were making shots, and we just weren't very good in our ball screen coverage, and that allowed those guys to get in the lane and make things happen. And then at that point, we were all spaced out. So, got to give them all the credit. Obviously, we need to be better. We weren't. But, you know, they had something to do with that.
Gregg, the pick and roll that Tuttle and Washman had so much success on, was that something unexpected, or why were they so successful?
Yeah, we had no idea that was coming, Paul. That was brand new. Come on, man.
Why,
Come on, really?
Okay.
Have you not seen them play this year?
Why
It's
was
just
it
they
so
were really
successful?
because they're good players. They're good players. They made great plays. I mean, we broke down a couple times, but I mean, when they're talented like that, tonight was their night. They made plays. They made shots. They shoot 71% from three. I think I don't have a stat sheet, but they shot 60%. I think for the game, 71%. I mean, that's.
Coach, how much of this was team and a moment that they had been building for and set up versus, hey, maybe Wichita State has to fix some things? How much was you were ambushed versus, you know, did they expose anything or any concerns?
Yeah, we won 30 in a row. I mean, we got to start another streak. The best team won today.
How good is UNI, in your opinion, then?
Today they were really good. Today they were really good, and they've been good. I mean, they're well coached. They've got 5 seniors. They're deep. They're talented. They can shoot it. They can drive it. They make multiple post moves.
How do you prepare for a team that controls the pace? That seems to be one of their strengths.
They've been doing that for 8 years. You know, just since I've been here. I've been doing it probably longer than that, but since I've been here, they've been doing the same thing. You just have to take advantage when you get your opportunities, knock down shots, and today we didn't do that, and they did.
Fred, you guys have come back from deficits this year, even last year. Just when did you realize that it just wasn't your day?
When the buzzer went off. I mean, I'm not into giving up or anything like that. You know, keep fighting to the end of the game. When the buzzer sounds, that's when the game's final. Obviously, it was apparent we weren't making shots. And any comeback that we've had in the past have all been built on stops and making tough, hard, you know, and wide open shots as well. So we got looks. I mean, that's the most disappointing part, is that it wasn't like we weren't getting the looks, you know, that we needed to get. We just didn't make the shots. And then they were making theirs, and I mean, that's a recipe to lose.
Fred, do you have any sort of historical perspective? Do you think about 30 in a row and it being done now, or do you think more in terms of what this 40 minutes of basketball means and where you guys are going to go from this particular point?
Yeah, I'm not really into all of that until, you know, I'm done playing, but I didn't even know it was 30 until Coach just said it. Obviously, that's a great mark to get to, but I'm just focused on the game and trying to win each game, and I think that's how you get 30 in a row, is just taking them one at a time. And tonight, you know, they were the better team.
Coach, you threw a couple different guys at Seth, and he had success against both. Was there anything he was doing that you couldn't quite catch up to on the offensive end?
I'll say it again. He's a really good player. He's a talented basketball player. He's a senior. He's an all-conference guy. I mean, he's good. I mean, he had a hell of a night. He had a hell of a night. It was just we got to do better.
Would he get your vote for the Bird Award?
The Bird Award. What's that?
The Larry Bird MVP?
I don't know. I'm not. That's not what something. That's something you guys can worry about right now. I got to worry about Wednesday night.
Fred, it seemed like there were a lot of times where you late in the shot clock and you were looking at not many options. How defensively, what did they do to kind of gum up the works?
I think they just clogged it up. They were really helping up guys that they didn't feel could knock down shots. And, I mean, even the guys who usually make shots weren't making them, and that's always hard. So they play a pretty packed line defense to begin with, and when you don't make shots, then you're in trouble from that perspective. I didn't think we were aggressive enough going downhill in the first half, trying to get to the line at all, but I think the way they play defense has something to do with that. And, you know, I just keep saying it over and over. I know it's cliche, but we just really didn't make a lot of open shots when we go back and look at it. Didn't execute well enough to win, and those are things that we need to fix. But, I mean, we got more games to play. Obviously, we're pretty upset at the way we played tonight, but, you know, we've got to learn from it and move on.
Greg, they extend their defense more than usual or trap or anything?
I think they were a little bit more aggressive on ball screens than they've been in the past, but we saw that I think it's Southern Illinois and a couple of other games that we watched. But so they had a great game plan. Ben coached a heck of a game, and we just got to figure out what we can do better.
People were hard to develop depth all season long. They haven't. Did you feel like your depth was an issue?
Their bench certainly outplayed our bench tonight, so our bench has played well at times this year, but theirs was better. It was just it fit in with the entire theme of the game. They were better than us tonight.
And time for maybe one more. We're going to try to beat the snow out of here.
Anybody? Thank you,
All right,
guys.